say that I should let you know. And Celeb Stopover has always been a tweet chat for a very long time. Started off 2017 and ran till around 2019 with the species this year. It was rested. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Let's reinvent. So, Celeb Stopover was reborn as a video. Now, what this does is that on this video, you can actually see my guest, as against the tweet chat where you have to probably go on Twitter, do a search for the hashtag Celeb Stopover to be able to see my conversation with my guest. So, but right now, the beautiful part is that you can see the guest, ask questions. I can bring you on the screen if you want. If that's what you really want, it's fine. Feel free to come on the screen and ask your question. And if you want to type it, I'll read out the question for you. Apparently, the guest can also see the question. Now, you're wondering who my guest is for today. Well, my guest is checking the time for 10 a.m. in New York, and that's 3 p.m. right here in Nigeria. So wherever you're watching, hi, CY, what's up, how you doing? Love smiley to you too. Okay, thank you so much for joining. You know what, let me write your name so that we see if you stay till the end, you get free airtime. That's what I promised. I said first 10 people to join and stay till the end would actually get their airtime. But thank you for the compliment, charming. I'm blushing. Thank you. Okay, let me write your name. CY. Yes, I know you, but let me just write it. I don't want to chance you because you're friend, family, somebody, and it doesn't matter. The fact that you join just counts. So you're number one person to join the chat. Thank you so much. It's obvious that you actually switched on the notification for this live video. It's very obvious. I know I promised 3 p.m. It's not yet 3 p.m., but I just thought, let's come on. And the way Instagram live video works, it's going to go ahead. Okay, now it's giving me a notification that's saying we're telling your followers that you've started a live video. So it's going to go around. It's just like somebody, like a town cry, going out to say, oh, people, Ife has started a live video. So I wanted us to be able to kick off on time. And that was what I thought, let's start. Let's kick off before 3. Plus, I also wanted to check my internet connection. I don't want it to be 3 o'clock, then I'll start. Internet to start doing drama. We don't want that one. It's a renewed, revised version of Celeb Stopover. And this time around, it's going to be video. And the very cool part is that besides the fact that you have watched it here, if there's any part you missed, maybe because the internet maybe something happened or so, don't worry. All you need to do is, watch on YouTube. My guest is already around. Marco, what's up? Okay, so Marco, first up, this is what you're going to do. You're going to ask to actually join the video. So let me see if I can ask to bring you on screen. It's very early, Marco. You're the guy. You're a fantastic artist. You're going very far because, I think it's the number one thing when you invite a guest to an interview and the guest is there on time. Hello, Marco. What's up?
How's it going?
You're fine. Okay. So you know what, Marco?
Happy birthday, first of all.
Oh, thank you. Who knew that you noticed? So what's up with you, Marco Costa?
Not much. I'm just here at my place in Brooklyn. How you doing out there in Nigeria?
Very fine, thank you. So Marco, you know what? We're going to do this for about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'll just try to get into the questions quickly. It's okay if you want to ask me questions too. All right. So we'll start off this way. Marco, at what age did you realize that you wanted to do music?
So I've been doing music since I was about 7 or 8. That's kind of when I first got into it, when I was taking music lessons and singing and stuff, and was getting pretty serious about it. But I was doing it my whole life, through school and all that stuff. And then my career started when I was 18. Right after I graduated high school, I met my manager, who's still my manager today for the last 8 years, Ross Michaels. And so it kind of happened where I was going to go to music school. I was going to go to Berklee College of Music in Boston, where John Mayer and a lot of other artists went. And I ultimately decided not to go. I dropped out. And I moved to New York. And, it was crazy. And 2 months later, why did I drop out? Well, because I had met my manager and he was representing me, and things were going good, and I just felt like I wanted to kind of give that a shot and see what was going to happen. So I dropped out of college and I moved to New York. And like 2 months later, I met Flo Rida, who's rapper artist, who kind of took me under his wing and was somebody that I started working with for a long time. So ever since then, it's been I was working with Flo for a while. And now I'm most recently signed to a new label called Art Beats, which is who I did my song "I Wonder" with Nook, the one that I'm sure you've heard by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So everything. I've been doing this for a long time though. It's been a journey for sure.
Okay, so that's so interesting to know, and I like your story. It's interesting. I must say that the first time I heard your voice, I was like, "Who is this guy?" The interesting thing, a colleague that introduced me to the song and just put it on my playlist, and then I played it. And I'm like, "Wow!" As I like Three Letters Nick's rap definitely, but your voice was true. When you're saying something and you say genuine. So what exactly, inspired your part of that song? I imagine you wrote that part. I imagine that you wrote your part.
Yeah. Well, so the way that I Wonder came about is that I wrote the song. It was a song that I had written like a couple years ago. It's a whole song. It was called Movies. So I have like that my song is like a whole song. And then he heard the song and was like, "Yo, this is like, I love the song." So he basically reworked it, and then we reproduced it, and so that he could get on the verses and stuff. But yeah, it was a song I'd had for a long time.
Okay, so I think there's this thing about people that play one musical instrument or the other, being fantastic vocalists too. Yeah. I don't know. Does it sort of influence songwriting in any way?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it all kind of goes together. Like when I started singing first, and then I started to learn how to play instruments so that I could play and sing at the same time. And then once I learned how to play guitar, I started to songwrite. It kind of all goes hand in hand. Like when you're an artist, when you're a singer,
Okay. So who taught you to play the guitar?
I took lessons. I'm from Washington, D.C. originally, and I took lessons for a few weeks, but I kind of wasn't really into it. So I actually took lessons for a little bit and then quit. And then I just really wanted it. So I basically taught myself pretty much everything that I know. But I had some people show me the basics, and then I kind of learned a lot on my own.
Okay, so tell me, I won't tell anybody, which artists would you like to write songs for?
John Mayer. I've actually met John Mayer once or twice before. And yeah, John Mayer, he's like my biggest influence, like as an artist that I love, like D'Angelo. But I listen to a lot of older stuff like Stevie Wonder and Al Green and a lot of like music from the 70s.
Oh, Marco, you're bad, so I really cannot hear you very clearly.
Up?
Yes. Am I breaking up too?
No. Can you hear me now?
Okay, you are breaking up. Okay, so let's see. Let's do that again. So I was asking that which artist would you love to write a song for?
Yeah. The artist that I love the most is John Mayer. And he's the artist that I would love to write for. Yeah, I've actually met him once or twice. But yeah, he's somebody that I really love his music. Like
respect.
Yeah.
Okay. So a little bird tells me that your first major single is coming out very soon, and it's something we should
it is.
So what are we expecting? Is it love? Is it heartbreak? Is it This is not me trying to push you in the box, but I just imagine that there's something sort of your forte.
Yeah. The first single is a happy song. It's a little bit happier than I wanted. It's not, yeah. It's called Simple. Yeah, but it's gonna come out probably in the next month. We're kind of finalizing all the release and everything like that. But yeah, it's another song that I wrote a couple years ago, and it's something I've been working on for a long time. But now it feels like the right time for it to come out and everything. Now that I have like my new situation with my label and everything, so.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so when did this deal with your label happen? How long were you at the before you signed?
So Yeah, I signed in January with Art Beats is the name of the label, and so basically I had done that song with Nook, three letters Nook. We had done that song together a couple months ago, or like maybe even a year. And then he started working with the label, and they contacted me saying, "Oh, hey, like we want to put this song out. You know, what do you think about that?" And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." So once that we all started talking and getting to know each other a little bit, they were like, "Hey, like, you know, do you want to sign with us?" So off of the song, I met my label people because of that song, and then I signed to them after that. So then I signed in about January, and ever since we've been getting ready for the release and everything like that. But
Okay, so you know what we're going to do, Marco? The last question you answered, I didn't hear most of it, but I know you're
okay,
speaking. So I think there was an audio issue from somewhere. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
I can hear you very clearly.
Can you, Eric? Maybe I'll try to get it closer. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me better?
It's a little better.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Okay, so we'll do something about that audio when I get this video back. You know, I told you this video is still going on YouTube, and there's some people joining. I think we should say hi to them. There's Olisa. Hello, there's Massive Fresh Star. It's okay for you to ask questions. Wallex Stick, what's up? Mocha Music, Greg, what's up with you? Deborah De Stefano, and okay, we do have Penelope, and all right, there's some other people there. Thank you for joining the live stream. This is Celeb Stopover. We're chatting with Mark Foster. Mark Foster is a fantastic vocalist, all the way from New York. I don't know where you are. You might also be in New York, so maybe just next door.
I'm in Brooklyn.
Feel free to say hi to him, or you just say, "Oh, guy, I see you on my street all the time." It's fine. It's okay for you to say that. All right, let's still talk about music. Marco, I have to ask this. This is not putting you on the spot or anything. It's okay if you don't. On radio in New York, which Nigerian artists do you listen to?
Huh. You know, I honestly couldn't name one off the top of my head. I don't know like a ton of artists in Nigeria. Like that's just
You don't know.
Yeah,
All right, it's not a.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
I love all types of artists from
You
all
you love all of them.
yeah, there are artists in every genre that I like. I don't like every artist, but like there's in every type of music I find somebody that I like love. So I'm if you have people to recommend, I'm totally love to listen to new music all the time.
Okay, so let's just say you have a wide range of music interests. What genre of music do you not listen to?
I mean, there's certain ones that I listen to less. My brother listens to like metal, hard rock music. I don't really listen to that so much, but I listen to like, you know, like reggae and pop and rock and hip hop. I listen to every type of music. I think
So how would you describe your own music?
My music is, I mean, it does cross over a lot of genres. I think it's kind of soulful pop. But I think that there are a lot of influences. Like I listen to like a lot of old soul music, like from the 70s. I listen to a lot of all types of stuff. I mean, I love like Amy Winehouse. I love like a lot of like real kind of raw artists that with like great voices and great songwriters and stuff like that.
Okay, so you're obviously an independent artist for a while. So let's talk about distribution channels. You're there in New York, I'm here in Nigeria, and for some reason, we do have your music on radio. So how do you get your music across? What are the channels you use? What do you do to get your music out there?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, it's been through the guy that I signed with, Steve Zapp. He works in radio, so he's been able to get me onto stations and get me like some attention through that. I think, you know, over the time that I've been independent and been doing my own thing, I think it's about just kind of putting your stuff out there. You have to pitch to a lot of blogs, pitch to a lot of different people. You have to send your music around. You have to really like let people know about you rather than waiting for them to find you. I think that's kind of a key for like independent artists is for you to be outgoing about it, for you to kind of put yourself in front of their face rather than kind of like waiting for them to come to you.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Makufusta, I'll disconnect from you and then maybe we'll try to reconnect. Okay. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, your side is still breaking, so I'll disconnect and then reconnect with you.
Okay.
All right, thank you. This is still Celeb Stopover, and our guest is Marco Costa. I think he has a bit of an internet issue, so he'll reconnect and then we'll bring him back on the screen. It's okay for you to ask him any questions. He has an incredible voice. He has a single coming up very soon. He says in about a month, and unlike what I've heard, he says it's going to be a happy one. Now, I stumbled on his voice, on I Wonder, which is a song by Three Letters Nuke, who is a rapper, who featured him, and he killed it. It was beautiful. I would have played it for you, but there's this thing about copyrights. So there's a question for you. I think you can see it too. It says I should ask you how you started your music. Do you write first or do you start with the guitar?
It kind of depends. I think that sometimes you have a good idea for a lyric or a melody, and you kind of build off of that. I definitely have like something that I do sometimes is I'll listen to kind of music that I like or artists that I like or new songs, and I'll play the chords. I'll figure out what the music is, and I'll kind of try to do my own thing with it. I'll kind of like do my own interpretation of it. So there's a lot of ways. I think that the best music happens when you have something to say. So if you have something that you want to get off your chest, or you have something that's been on your mind lately, and you kind of want to put that into words, I think that's kind of where the best music comes from.
Okay. So, Duji Bombay, I hope that answers suits you. And you're saying you can hear him clearly. You think it's the network on my side. I'll never know. I'll find out later. But thank you very much for that. You can, if you're part of this live stream, you can join in. You can ask any question at all. Ask Mark Costa any question. He'll have to answer you.
Sorry, I actually missed that question. I think you broke up a little bit there.
Yeah, I said, who were you dating?
Oh, who am I dating? That's a little bit, that's private.
That's private. Okay, so let's put it this way. Which other female celebrity on the music scene would you have loved to see? I've loved to date.
Love to date. I don't know. Honestly, like, there's tons of artists that I love. There's tons of females that I like am all about right now. I don't really know if there's any that I'm like trying to date.
Tell us now. Cardi B, is it Nicki Minaj? Is it who? Queen Britney? Who?
Britney. I honestly, I don't know. I'm more in love with artists' music. I think there's an artist that I work with named Mia Gladstone, who's really talented. You guys should all check her out. She's from New Jersey. She is doing her own thing too, but she's really starting to take off. There's a lot of artists that I work with that I love. Ari Lennox is another friend of mine who signed to Dreamville. She's super talented. Yeba is an artist that my manager represents, and she works with Ed Sheeran. She works with Sam Smith and Tribe Called Quest and all types of people. And yeah, look, non-romantically, there are tons of artists that I love and would love to work with and like and really respect, and yeah.
All right, Olisa is asking a question. It's saying you look young, and how old are you?
I am 26.
You're 26.
Yep, but I've been doing this since I was 18. Yeah, it's been 8 years now.
Okay, and then Duji Mamba is still asking, you want to know how long you were independent for before you got signed. He wants to know that question again, that same question.
So I originally got signed right out of high school when I was 18 to Flow Rada's label IMG, and I was signed.
Hello.
2018, and then this year I signed.
I'm suspecting that. Oh, network is really crappy. So I'm suspecting that Duji is also an artist because he's asking again, what kept you going those times when you weren't signed yet? Because as an artist myself, it's pretty frustrating when you know you got the talent but not signed yet. So do you think it's actually possible for an artist to start out and not be signed, but still forge ahead with their music and make good money?
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I definitely understand that it is a struggle. It is a grind. It's a long process. It's a hard process, and it's you have I think all of us are. getting, and I think it's also hard now because of the internet. There's so much music and there's so many artists that it's hard to stand out. But I think at the end of the day, like if you love what you're doing for your chance,
I actually totally agree about the so much music part.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Some of the parts of what you said that we didn't catch, when this video gets downloaded, it'll be a smoother play, and then we can put it on YouTube, and we can catch all of these things. So
Yeah.
I'm very curious about the way you work, the way you balance your life and all of that. How many hours do you sleep in 24? How,
Sorry.
I said, how many hours?
I missed it again. It's how many hours what?
How many hours? What did you say?
How many hours what?
Do you sleep in a day?
Like anywhere from 6 to 7 usually. I mean, yeah, like I usually get a decent amount of sleep, but it is.
Oh, I don't know. Like if you're watching this video, I can actually hear my folks there. Fantastic. I don't know if it's my network, but that video is taking its time to load. I don't know why that is.
Yeah,
but you're still watching Celeb Stopover. It's okay for you to ask Michael Foster any question at all. So I asked him, I'm curious about how many hours he sleeps in 24 hours for an artist that does shows, records, and sometimes creativity wakes you from sleep. So, okay, the video is clearer now. You said how many hours?
I usually sleep like 6 to 7 hours, but being an artist, it's kind of an all-day situation. I mean, you got to be ready at all hours of the night. You got to be. I mean, I've done when I spent time touring with Flo Rida, we were doing shows in different countries, going from like California to Russia.
Okay.
Where you
Thank you very much. I'm very curious. What's the most overwhelming part of being an artist for you? Which part of it just makes you go like, oh my goodness, am I sure this is the right path for me?
Sorry, that's the question again. Hey, can you hear me?
Did you hear my question? Oh, okay. I'm not sure his network is quite good. Hopefully we'll be able to connect with him again. You're still watching Celeb Stopover. This is where we feature artists whose songs you already listen to on radio, but they might just not be anywhere close by. So this is your opportunity to connect with them. Like that fantastic voice you've listened to and you're like, so I was asking you, how many hours in 24?
I'm sleeping like 6 to 7 hours a day, usually.
Yeah, healthy. That's a healthy.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, I think your hours are kind of weird sometimes. It's never consistent. You know what I mean? I'll have to be up late sometimes. I'll have shows where I won't get home until really late. And and I was saying, I don't know if you caught it, but when I was touring a lot with Flo, I used to tour all over the world with Flo Rida, and you'd be going all over the world. I'd be going from California to London to Chicago to Germany to Russia, and you're barely sleeping at all. You're on planes and you're jet lag and you're getting sick and all this stuff. So
wow.
it's being an artist. I think something especially early on, like when things start to happen, you're never really ready for it. You know what I mean? Because it's hard. It's a hard lifestyle. It's a hard thing to do. And I still see Flo. I'm still friends with Flo, and he's been doing it for a long time, and I respect him a lot because he's traveling all over the world doing all kinds of stuff, and he's like never getting tired. He's like working out twice a day, and he's a machine. So it's I think a lot of people don't realize how hard it really is until it happens, and then they're like, whoa, this isn't what I signed up for.
Like behind the glitz and glam, right?
Oh yeah.
Because the thing is, I think Cardi B gave that example at some point that, she just keeps having to work harder. She can't
Yeah.
stop. Like it gets to a point and, you're successful, but then to stay successful, you have to keep working and harder than you ever worked before
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, especially as an artist, when you kind of make a name for yourself, that's almost the hardest part, because then you have to stay relevant. You have to stay putting out music. You have to follow up your music. You have to continue to grind and work hard. So it's hard. It's not easy, you know.
okay. Fantastic. So, which type of projects are you looking at, features, or is it going to be solo all through if you're going to release an album anytime soon?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're focusing on solo for now, but I'm definitely going to do more features and do more collaborations and stuff. The artist that I was talking about earlier, Mia Gladstone, we have some songs together, and those will probably be coming out soon. But yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of collaborations kind of as they've come towards me. Like it kind of happens organically. It happens where, people will reach out, and I like the music, and we kind of work on stuff together. But yeah, I mean, I've done songs with Flo that never came out. I have songs with Flo right up. I've got tons of stuff that's going to be coming out soon. So definitely stay tuned to see what we have coming out.
Okay. Well, there's another question about payments. Digibombe is still asking a question. It's the same. Hey, Marco, as an upcoming artist, did you have a problem getting a team together? These days everybody wants to get paid, and it's quite understandable. But in your own case, how did you manage it? That's what he's asking.
For me personally, I got lucky because the person that introduced me to the industry at all is my manager, Ross, and he went to my high school. So I just got really lucky.
Oh.
And I remember tons of times when I was in high school and just thinking to myself, I have no idea how I want to do music, but I don't even know where to start. I have no idea how to do this. I have no idea who to go to, how to put it out. And like I said, I got lucky, and I met my manager, and he kind of already knew what he was doing, and just helped me grow. So, but I think it's more about putting yourself out there and trying to, when I met him, I reached out to him, I heard about him, and I met him and was very outgoing about getting him to work with me. So again, it's you have to just keep grinding at it. You have to keep trying to get people to see your vision and want to be a part of what you're doing. And it's hard, but
So how did you know that your music had quality? Because I've heard a lot of songs in my time, like from both Nigerians and people in different parts of the world, and trust me, they are crappy. So what assured you that your music sounded good? Because every artist thinks his music is good. Every artist believes that his music is fantastic.
Well, look, I think also anybody that has the courage to make music and put it out there and show it to people, that in itself is impressive to me, because it's not easy. And especially if you may have like less talent than somebody else, if you still want it and still put your music out there, I respect that, because I respect, people wanting to do it. For me personally, I could tell. I mean, I was always the person in the choir who did the solos, and I was always the I don't know. I loved doing it, and I felt like I was good at it. I think that was kind of for other people to decide that I was good at it. I mean, of course I can do it all I want, but if people like it, then that's kind of, how you make a career out of it.
Okay, so if music had not worked for you, what other profession do you think you'd have succeeded in?
What other profession? I don't know. I think if I wasn't being a recording artist, that I would be doing something else in music, whether it's teaching or whether it's, I don't know, just something music related, maybe like work, having my own music store or something like that. But I don't know, there's tons of things that I love. I love baseball. I love sports. I love video games. There's tons of things that I'm interested in. I'm into fashion. My friends are designers, and I kind of like go into a lot of different worlds and fit into a lot of different places. So.
Okay, so when your next song comes out, there's most likely going to be plans towards tours and performing in different towns, cities, countries, as the case may be. So tell me one country you look forward to performing at.
I've been to a lot of countries, honestly, when I was touring with Flo, but I look forward to performing in Nigeria. That's where that's top of my list.
I know why. Let me tell you, I know why.
Why?
Because you have heard a rumor that we have a huge market for music.
I have heard that. My manager knows.
I knew. But it's a fantastic market. If you get into the Nigerian market, you're practically made. You make good money.
Yeah, yeah. But I've been lucky enough. Like I've done shows in Jamaica, in Turkey, in Russia, in Germany, in Argentina, in London. I've been all over. My passport's full, but and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all the experiences that I've had and all the things I've gotten to do. But I'm just looking forward to the next one. I can't wait for more.
Okay, so let's do this. Imagine I wanted to bring you to Nigeria for a show.
Yeah.
How much would you charge?
That honestly is a question for my manager. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to talk to him about that one, but we could make it work. I'd love to make that happen. That would be awesome.
Okay. So you leave the business for your business manager.
Well, it's all in one. He does it all. My manager.
Okay, so let's talk about indie artists, unsigned, like completely unsigned, an artist that is starting out. How do you use social media to promote your music? Is it even as effective as hyped? You know, there's a lot of hype around it, but is it that effective?
I think, like I said before, that it's hard because of the fact that there are so many artists now that everything kind of gets lost. Even on like Spotify and stuff, there's like hundreds of thousands of songs every day that are being uploaded from around the world. So it is hard to get lost in the noise of it. I think that as artists, you just have to continue to make music and to put it out. That's like your best bet, because you have to just try to find an audience. You have to try to find people that like what you're making. You know, and whether it's Spotify or Apple or SoundCloud or Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or, you know, TikTok and, you know, all these different outlets, you be using all of them. You have to be active on it. You have to, you know, just find a way to get people to hear you. And it's hard. It's not easy. It's you know, it's easy to say that and it's harder to do, but that's what it comes down to.
Okay, you know what? Already time to go. Yeah. And I could go on and on asking you questions, but it's important that we say a shout out to all those people that have joined after our last shout out. Let's say, there are a number of people. I don't know where to start. Okay, Zach. Big Zach Bill. Hi, what's up? What's up? Gigi has been like bombarding you with questions. Wow. Mr. Anobole, thank you for joining. Coco, that's KOCO97. Thank you for joining the show. Ina Marie Gelbite. Oh my goodness. Thank you for joining. And then Lady Gwen Media, what's up? Okay, she's saying, I beg, I only came on because I want to know two things. Finish. How old is he? And is he married? Okay, number one, he says he's 26 years old.
I'm 26.
And Marco, are you married?
I am not married.
Are you in the market? Are you available? This is a lady asking you.
You know, I don't know if I'm ready to get married. Yeah.
Okay, he says he's not prepared to get married. Yusuf Dumo, thank you for joining. Agbaye, thank you. Orange Banana Music, or Orange Bananas Music, thank you. Official Real Carol Gianni, thank you for joining us. And then we just have some other people there. Molly Franca 28, the Femi Fadeli, thank you. Ross Mike, that's your manager.
That's my manager, yeah.
Hi, what's up? And then Ad Mike Corey, what's up with you? It's so good to have you here. And then Big Zach Vale 65. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Marco. I spoke on and on. He will not let me. Thanks a lot. It's so good chatting with you.
It was great to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you guys for joining. I'll check out who the first 10, that joined the live video are, I'll inbox you, and of course, I'll probably find out your number so I can forward your airtime to you. Thank you very much. And you know what? We're going to do this again next week, Monday, at exactly 3 p.m. It's going to be a Monday thing at 3 p.m. I chose this time carefully because I know AFCON is on. Yeah, so I know the football season is here, and you're not going to leave anything. You're not going to leave anything. So this is what we'll do. Definitely next week, Monday, we're going to have Lyric Ty in the building. Lyric Ty is in Miami, Florida, and goodness, she has a fantastic voice. This video is going to be on YouTube maybe by tomorrow. I'll definitely share the link with you. Why is everybody asking, is he married? Is he married? No, he's not married, and he says he's not quite available. Thank you very much. Dudu Bombay, I'm sure you had a blast. He says, lovely guy. Thank you, Michael Foster. This was fun. This was absolutely fun. I think I should go because I don't want to waste too much of your data. That's what I'm saying. I want to give it back. Thank you. My name is Ife Ajagbe. Yes, you joined through my page already, so you already know, but it's just a force of habit. Thank you. Bye-bye. And thanks a lot for all the birthday wishes. I love you guys too. You guys